Feeling good.
Hey everybody, hope you're well, and it's James here over the Part-Time Entrepreneur and Crypto Rookies, and today we're going to interview Kent Yan from TRADOVE. He's going to love that intro. So let's head over, let's find out a little bit more about Kent himself, and also find out about all the exciting things that are happening over at TRADOVE. Hey everybody, hope you're well, and it's James here with the Part-Time Entrepreneur and Crypto Rookies. Now today, we have the absolute pleasure, we've got Kent from TRADOVE. He's taken quite a bit of time out of his busy schedule to sit down with us today, and we're going to get to know Kent a little bit better, and also we're going to find out a little bit more about TRADOVE. Hey Kent, how you doing?
Right. Good. How are you doing, James? Nice to be here. Hi, everyone.
It's been I know we've ping-ponged on emails a little bit, but it's really great to see you in the flesh and talk to you properly. It's ace.
Sure. Yeah, I'm in China now. Right now is 1 a.m.
Is it? Oh, you're having a late one then.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get job done. Don't worry.
No worries.
Yeah.
So I think on most channels, I've seen you on lots of TV programs now, and you're starting to get very famous. And I think one of the things is they love to jump in and they talk about the projects, but on the channel, we want to sort of really get to know Kent, the person, and get to know you a little bit better. So I've just got a few icebreaker questions to run through with you.
Sure.
So if you could only have one last meal, what would it be?
Breakfast.
Breakfast?
Because when I wake up, when I wake up every morning, I feel very hungry, and if I have a good breakfast, it will last me a whole day.
Oh, good. And what would that breakfast consist of?
Just like remember this James Bond movie, Die Another Day? Yeah, I like breakfast. I have to have English breakfast is my favorite, by the way. I like the baked bean. That's just the best.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a few of them at work, especially on a Friday. It's like treat day. So, what's your favourite hobby? What do you like to do when you're not grafting on TRADOVE?
Well, I think running a company like TRADOVE, we have, especially as ICO, we have 20 people all over the world working with us, and they're all very loyal, very productive. And then it's very busy schedule. Running company as well, building a business is a very challenging job. But in my spare time, I'm a collector. Okay, yeah, I collect Chinese art, basically Chinese antique art, porcelain, bronze, and Chinese silver coin. Yeah, that's my hobby. It makes me, kind of keep me distracted from the work a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I always think you need something to de-stress and relax and stuff, because obviously it must be very high-pressured with everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
So, when you've grown up, who inspired you the most?
Well, when I was a kid, well,
who you look up to?
I think I think Thomas Edison when I was a kid, the famous inventor. I read about in Chinese book. My mother bought me that book, so I read about Thomas Edison, and then he's a great innovator, and so he's basically my role model. Yeah, yeah. He said I forgot. He said one famous thing. He said that genius is 99% of hard work, and I always believe in that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely with the stuff that we do over the channel. It's you work full time still at Cadbury's and then do the channel.
Yeah, like you, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun though. It's challenging, but it really it's sort of you get to push yourself and test yourself and see what could you really do.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Well, you asked me a question. What's the actor? What's the film actor I want to be? Well, my answer to it is very simple. It's James Bond.
Ah, cool. Well, how come it's James Bond?
I just love James Bond. Every 007 movie, I have to watch it at least twice.
Sean Connery and all that.
And my favorite actor for James Bond is Roger Moore.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I love all his other films as well. He's very, very good.
Yeah. Sure.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah.
So, Tell me a bit about sort of your experience, different bits and pieces, because obviously when I read some of your stuff on LinkedIn, you've obviously worked for PepsiCo.
Sure.
And obviously being in the industry, that's of big interest to me.
Well, I went to one of the best schools in China. I studied electrical engineering. So after that, my first job, I was lucky to work for PepsiCo. I was a production engineer in their first bottling plant in China. So I got to drink all the luxury drink. Fanta, Fanta, right? The orange drink. Diet Pepsi, which was not available in the Chinese market at that time. In the early 90s, Pepsi and Coca-Cola were what we call luxury drinks. So I worked for Pepsi for 1 year, and then I go to the United States. I studied first at the Ole Miss, University of Mississippi. Then I worked 1 year. I was lucky enough. I got into MIT. I got a master in electrical engineering, computer science, and then an MBA from Sloan School of Management. And then I briefly worked for Deutsche Bank in the investment banking, and then worked for Bristol Myers. I think during the first .com boom, I quit my job and drove from New York to California to start my first company. So started Princess. It was an online supply chain optimization company. But the 911 killed it all, right? The 911 of 2001. So I went from online to offline to help U.S. companies source manufacturing from China. So I helped companies like Anheuser-Busch, Babcock Power. I helped Constellation Brands, the biggest wine company. Yeah, so during this process, I found the problem. That's how I started this trade-off thing. Yeah, I can answer that question later.
Yeah,
we can talk more.
Yeah, and that was really the next question. You sort of set it up quite perfectly. It's like, then how did you come to the idea of trade-off?
Yeah, so during the process when I'm doing the sourcing, those B2B stuff, right? And I find out there are major problems with B2B. The first is discovery. Basically, it's very hard for people to find each other, the right buyers and sellers, even if they could be in the same town. So, and then another problem challenging is the due diligence. How do you know your partner is any good? How do you know your product and services is any good? So, at that time, I would say 2010, 11, the social media actually just came out, right? So I said, why not create a business-oriented social network? In addition to the professional network like LinkedIn or consumer network like Facebook. So so that's how I started. I started pitching people, getting investors and collect the team. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it all sort of flows very, very nicely in terms of the journey that you've taken. And what sort of the three key ways that TRADOVE can sort of help the buying and selling industry?
Yeah. Well, three key problems, as I explained. The first one is discovery. How can I find the right decision maker, the right buyer, the right seller within clicks rather than weeks or months in a traditional way? And you do that in a credible way. Credible way means you authenticate your user to make sure they are the people who claim they are, right? So the first one, discovery. Second one is solve the transparency issue. The B2B seller knows more than the buyer. But if you bring the social network factor, the references like those, you can make it shorten. You can shorten their due diligence time. Then lastly, the third one is you can for the first time you can allow company precision advertising because people's business profile, what they're looking for, what they're buying, what they're selling. So this way you can incorporate the big data and artificial intelligence to do like B2B version of matching, right? It's like matching man and woman like that. Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say it sounds a bit like Match.com.
Yeah, it's a Match.com. B2B version of Match.com. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I suppose, like, just talking about, you just touched on the AI stuff. Obviously, there's a big buzz about that, and obviously taking, with AI, it creates efficiencies. Sort of, can you talk a little bit more about sort of how you're implementing? Obviously, you've talked about the matching and how you see the future of AI within the TRADOVE product.
Well, I think the beauty of us is we are probably the first company who can do business mapping. Business mapping means once you're on our network, you will specify who's your business partner, right? Who's buying, who's selling, like those. With those information, we would know on the background who's doing business with who. So for the first time with those kind of big data and thing, we can do intelligent kind of a referral, kind of a I would say predictive type of recommendation on based on algorithms like those. Yeah. So that's a extreme. In social network we talk about social mapping, right? Social mapping is who's your friend, who's your friend's friend. But in our case, for the first time, we can do business mapping. We will know who's doing business with who. That's extremely powerful data. And on top of that, you build an AI algorithm, and based on people's business profile and what their express needs are, you can do intelligent recommendation.
Okay. Yeah, is that a little bit like sort of Facebook when you click and like lots of things and say, I don't know, something on baseball, and it constantly gives you baseball to look at and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So you've just finished the ICO. It was an absolute blinder.
Yeah.
Completely sold out.
Right.
I remember when I come across the project very first, it was very early doors. And I was.
I really appreciate that. It was very helpful, James.
No worries.
We didn't know each other. You find us, and then you give us great comments, and that helps a lot.
Yeah.
You build people's confidence.
Yeah, and I think just, sort of being a little bit in the industry. So obviously at Cadbury's, they obviously do a lot of buying and selling bits and pieces. And I just sort of got your product very, very quickly. And I just thought, man, if people really understand this and I can put it in a way that people understand, maybe this will catch fire. Yeah. And obviously there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you guys have been doing, which is added to the whole pot. But can you just talk about the success of the ICO and what do you think, really set it on fire for you?
Well, I think first is the idea itself. I mean, we are the first B2B token offering in the global market. This is like you've been having chocolate ice cream all the time. All of a sudden, I give you an orange flavor, so it's a totally different flavor. And then we have the other thing is differentiation. We've been in business for 5 years. We've been building this idea and vision for 5 years. We have 250K users, so that differentiates us. The second factor, but then we also have a first-class team. We have team from of MIT, of course, LinkedIn, Facebook, Amazon, Alibaba, like those. And then our backers are also very strong. We got Dick Rosenberg, former Bank of America CEO, congressman, MIT professor. Look, we've been building this for 5 years. So this ICO is fine-tuned. It's tailored for us. So we see this opportunity. We just stretch out our hand and grab it. Yeah, timing was perfect, and I'm surprised. You actually read our mind. You know exactly what we're doing.
It was good. Yeah. But again, it was just all the white paper and everything else. It was sort of very well described. One of my eagle-eyed group have noticed that there was a 5% airdrop, and they were just the question was, when would that happen?
Well, the airdrop was designed mostly for two classes of people. The first class is people on the exchanges that we're going to list. The other one is we want to use airdrop to encourage users, our targeted users, to join our network.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good way of doing it, because I know when I look at my MyEther wallet, sometimes I open it up and there's 2 or 3 new coins, and then you're like, oh, what's this? And you always go online just to have a quick cheek, because you're nosy, aren't you? Everyone's nosy. They always want to know what's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the key things that really drew me in when I was, researching you guys was that you really do have a heavyweight advisory board. Now, I haven't seen an advisory board of this quality or standard anywhere. Like you said, he's got Richard Rosenberg, Phil Duff, Mike Honda. Can you just explain how important these guys are to your sort of strategic approach, but also the success of TRADOVE?
Right, they are extremely important. A significant portion of the future is repeating what's happening in the past. If you have people who've been through the past, then you can manage or reduce the risk, significant risk of the future. So I think those people help us to shape our vision, to make us, based on their experience, to make a wise judgment of the environment, like this ICO environment, for example, and also make us more disciplined in terms of spending money, cutting cost, in terms of building the team, manage the organization. It's like, I always make friends with my father's age. Some of them are. Some of them like Phil is 10 years older than I am, because this way I can ask for their experience and advice, so I don't have to repeat the mistake other people make at the same age. Definitely. Yeah, so that's why we've been accumulating that. We're continuing to do that for the right now even. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big follower of sort of Tony Robbins and this shortcut into success, mentors and stuff. I totally believe in that, and it just makes you more refined, sharper. It's very, very good. Yeah. Obviously, with any business, you've taken on a huge challenge. Obviously, moving your business over to the blockchain. So, what sort of current challenges do you see that TRADOVE will face, and how are you going to overcome these?
Well, the answer to that is actually very simple. I do not see technology as a challenge. I always see technology as commodity. Technology is being used to solve business problems or real world problems. I think I don't see a problem of integrating the blockchain into our platform. Look, as long as the most challenging actually is not technology, it's the people. If you get the people right, every problem will be solved, no matter it's a business problem or technical problem. So I think the big strength of corporate advantage we have is very loyal and capable team that we have. And even if we don't have it, we can recruit those people very easily into our organization, especially with the money we have now. Yeah.
And that really leads me on to my next question quite nicely, actually. So you've just hired 5 new developers. So how are you on track with, obviously you've got the app building at the moment, and that's due towards the end of Q2?
Yeah, that's our next milestone. I think by end of Q2, we're going to, there are 4 tasks we have to do. First is we have to revamp the whole UI of the website. That work was originally, before the ICO, was 50% down. So now we got to finish that one. The second one is we got to improve the app on the iOS, on App Store. And third one is we got to release the Android version. So that's our second task. The third task is, so that's actually the first 3 tasks. The fourth task is we're going to, we have this vision down the road of building a B2B version of Bitcoin. So basically, we're going to build the prototype for that version. So basically, the idea is, how Bitcoin infrastructure is built based on, mining machines, right? You reward people for processing the orders. Now we're thinking of letting the corporations contributing computing power. In addition to that, they put their credibility behind it, so you can use the blockchain and to solve the trust problem in the B2B, especially in the international trade with developing countries.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to build the prototype for that one for the Q2.
And just sort of like towards Q3, Q4, so just topping off 2018. What are sort of some key milestones for you guys?
Well, I think after we finish this milestone, the second milestone, we'll start marketing. We still have to build the critical mass for our business social network, and it costs much higher than doing that for the consumer play like Facebook or LinkedIn. So we'll gradually pick up the marketing effort. We're going to do significant like email marketing, for example. We're going to acquire high quality databases from sources like Dun & Bradstreet, and then gradually we'll increase the event marketing, trade show, conferences, and also advertising as well on places like LinkedIn. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you come to London, give me a shout. I'll come along. we'll do another interview.
I certainly will. I really like your sweatshirt. It's very stylish.
It's super dry.
I see.
Yeah, I've got about. I'm mad on sweaters, and I've got about 20 of them. I just sit around in them.
Oh gosh, so you're a collector too, then?
yeah, all super dry T-shirts and hoodies. Not so antique.
Very stylish. I like it.
Oh, thank you very much. Obviously, one of the big questions that I always get asked is, what exchanges are you going on, and when can they expect that to happen?
Right. I think we're already all set on Hit BTC. Hit BTC is I think number 10 or 11 one. So we're most likely at least there mid-April. We got several other top exchanges under development. I think hopefully we'll launch that pretty soon. Yeah, excellent. And we're on good track, I think.
That's great. Because I know obviously the market's it's tailed off a little bit at the moment, but I do expect it to come back quite nicely. And when it does, I think everyone will all get excited again, as they always do. One of the key things is this is a huge project, but it's massively exciting. Right. What are you most excited about?
Well, well first, James, if you don't mind, I wanna keep everyone upbeat a little bit for this bear market. I mean, there's a Chinese saying, you gotta stay enduring during difficult times, and then you gotta stay humble during good times or success times. So I still want to encourage people to stay upbeat in this bear market. Now let me come back to a question on what's the most excitement about the project. It is we're going to change the way how people do business. That's a fundamental, people have been doing business the same way for 100 or more years. But with this social network, with blockchain, and with our great team, we're going to change it. So it will take some time, but once we achieve it, and that's what we call, one of our advisors, Phil Duff, used to say, you want to make a big dent to the world.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we want to do. Yeah.
It feels like, especially with things like social media, I've been looking at adoption rates and things, and like if you go back years and years, like things like Colour Telly took years for it to get mass adoption, and now through social media, through all these key platforms, someone could start their own business on your platform, and within a year they could be like a global megastar just because of word of mouth, Twitter, all these types of things. And
exactly. That's what we want to do. And for new startup guys, it will be much easier for you to find a customer. So and then that's exactly what we want to do.
I might do my own hoodies.
Sell your hoodies. You can sell hoodies to find a customer. Except that you don't sell piece by piece. You sell 1,000 pieces at a time because it's B2B.
I'm sure they'll be in demand.
I really like it, to be honest.
Awesome. Well, I really do appreciate, I know it's really late where you are now, and I do really appreciate you coming on the channel and spending some time with us and giving us a really great overview. So I just want to say a massive thank you from myself and everybody from the channel, and also in the groups as well. Is there any final words you want to leave us with?
Well, I just say stay upbeat. I mean, there will be like anything in the world, there will be good times, there will be bad times. So during good times, you stay humble. During bad times, you stay excited. Yeah.
You remind me of
don't discourage yourself.
Yeah, you remind me of a saying that one of my old bosses used to say. It says you can't be a good sailor if you don't sail in stormy seas. So I think
exactly.
Yeah, we all need to go through it and life's experiences. Yeah. But massive thank you, and I really do appreciate your time, Kent. And hopefully, when you're over in London, definitely give me a shout. We'll catch up. That'd be great.
I will. Or you find me a store so I can buy the same sweatshirt.
I'll buy you one.
Okay. No, I'll pay for it. But thanks so much for your time, Dave. Awesome. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Ken. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Kent Yan from TRADOVE. Bit of a ledge there, isn't he? So, real fun. I've really enjoyed doing that interview. Been speaking to this guy for so long over emails and bits and pieces, and it's really exciting to see the project doing really well. They seem really focused. They've got all the right bits in place. Hopefully you got loads of value, and it was very informative today. Not just about TRADOVE, but also getting to know Kent a little bit, more intimate as well. As always, guys, you know, you can follow me over at my different groups. I've got the PT Cryptocurrency group or the Crypto Rookies group. Now, over there, we do have partnerships with certain ICOs, and you can get like really good discounts over there as well. If you want to stalk me on Facebook or whatever, do it. I don't mind. If you want to check out our Twitter account, it's JamesBull_UK, but the main one is actually Crypto Rookies, where we put a lot of TA and bits and pieces on there as well. So as always, guys, I really hope that you got loads of value. There'll be more interviews coming. So the next one will be Peter from INS. He doesn't know about it yet, but he does now. So Peter, I'll give you an email. And, you know, there's so many more bits and pieces coming. Lots of ICO reviews, the flip, all the rest of it. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got great value out of it. Please like, comment, and share. And I will catch you on the next video. I'm feeling